All right, here we're cutting across to live visuals coming in of KK and the final journey. Here is the cremation that's all set to happen at 2 p.m. That's the time scheduled as per the family members that they've given out. And here are images coming in from Versova, in Mumbai, where we see large gatherings, people, fans, followers who've been really idolizing KK for as many years now. He's been in the industry for so many decades and has rendered one hit after the other. Literally so many songs that KK has given out that strikes a chord with possibly every age group. KK now going to be cremated in just a little while from this point. 1 hour. In 1 hour, we believe that the cremation will take place. And this is Versova, right outside where KK's mortal remains are kept. We see a large crowd already gathering. Pankaj Upadhyay, who's been tracking those developments. Pankaj, give us a sense of the mood on ground. We know that this is a somber day for fans, followers, those who love KK, part of his journey. Today, many of them are outside his residence waiting to catch one last glimpse of him as they bid goodbye.
That's right, Nabila. The mortal remains of late singer have now been brought here at the Versova Crematorium, and we are right outside the crematorium, and I see many fans who've already gathered here to pay their last respect. Most of them are here moist-eyed, and this is the visual. These are the visuals that we are showing you. Right, these are the visuals from right outside the Versova Crematorium, and the mortal remains have just been taken inside the crematorium. Media is not allowed inside. There is heavy police presence. And I'll try and talk to some of the fans who gathered here. Fan hai? आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे? Today he is no more with us, but he sang so many beautiful songs. He's going to remain in our hearts forever. What would you say?
We have grown up listening to his songs, evergreen melodious songs, and still we do sing each of every songs. And KK will be loved and missed fondly.
आप भी केके के लिए आए हैं यहाँ पर। क्या कहना चाहेंगे आज?
बहुत बड़ा मैं उनका फैन हूँ। आज बहुत दुख हो रहा है इस बात को जान के कि केके सर हमारे बीच नहीं रहे हैं, और मैं गोरेगांव से आया हूँ यहाँ पे खासकर केके सर के लिए। मेरे फेवरेट सिंगर रहे हमेशा से, काफ़ी गाने सुनता हूँ कि अच्छे रहते हैं, और आज बहुत दुख हो रहा है इस बात पे, बहुत गम मुझे।
So there are people who have come from far off suburban areas of Mumbai and who've gathered right outside this crematorium to pay their last respect. And as most of the people here say that, you know, they have loved KK's songs, and that KK is going to remain in their hearts forever and ever with the melodious music that he has created over the years. So these are the visuals that we are getting for the viewers from right outside the Versova crematorium. The mortal remains of singer KK were brought in just a few moments back, and this is the scene outside the crematorium. Of course, the fans are not being allowed inside at this point of time. Inside there is heavy police bandobast. Police is not allowing anybody to go inside for security reasons. But the fans, most of whom are moist-eyed here, clearly maintain that KK is going to remain in their hearts forever and ever.
Pankaj, one thing is for sure that KK's music had such a wide appeal. When it came to an audience, he managed to strike a chord with just about every category, be it kids for that matter, young adults, you know, the middle-aged, as much as even those who were old who would sing along to KK's songs. So we know the kind of versatility he boasted of, and that's why today when he's gone, you know, it comes as a personal loss to literally everyone following KK's career and his music. It's certainly a personal loss to all his fans and family, of course, undoubtedly. That vehicle that you see there already garlanded, all set to take KK's mortal remains. Pankaj, what do you see there, and what do we know about the cremation? How soon will that take place, and who's expected to be arriving for that? All right, we see the vehicle there carrying KK's mortal remains at just about reaching Mumbai. crematorium. That's where the mortal remains are being taken into. Pankaj, if you can hear me. We're going to try and patch our reporter on that, but here you see visuals of KK's mortal remains being kept in that vehicle. It's being moved into the crematorium in Mumbai's Versova. Let me cut across to Pankaj for more on that. Pankaj, we are looking at visuals of a van that's fully decorated. I'm going to try and patch our reporter there, but for now, these are live visuals coming in from Versova. KK's mortal remains being moved towards the crematorium. In fact, we see fans and family there in large numbers who are right outside, who want to be witnessing this final journey. We know that many musicians who landed up at KK's home seem heartbroken. They look visibly upset and distraught. Here's a listen to many of them who have worked with KK in the past, who have now come by to bid final goodbye to KK.
बहुत बड़ा लॉस है हमारा इंडस्ट्री के लिए और हम जो सिंगर्स हैं हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ा पर्सनल लॉस है। बस ये दुआ कीजिएगा उनको जन्नत मिले।
इतनी जल्दी किसी का फैन नहीं होता हूँ। किशोर कुमार के बाद शायद मैं किसी का फैन बनाऊँ, लेकिन केके का मैं बहुत बड़ा फैन हूँ, हमेशा रहूँगा। मेरे गानों मेरे घर पे गाने केके का सबसे ज़्यादा चलते हैं। मेरा बेटा कभी कोशिश करता है गाने की तो वो भी केके के ही गाने गाता है। सो ये जो स्पेकुलेशन है, ये जो रूमर है, इसको बिल्कुल हटा दीजिए कि वहाँ पे ऑडिटोरियम में ये नहीं है वो नहीं है। ऑडिटोरियम बहुत अच्छा है और बहुत अच्छा था। इसकी भरपाई करना
दादा मोबाइल क्या ना सर मागे क्या ना मोबाइल सर साइलेंट
भाई अभी बहुत यंग देखिए सच्चाई तो ये है कि हर इंसान को जाना है जिस तरह से वो अचानक से चले गए और इतने यंग थे और उसमें अभी तक हमें समझ में नहीं आ रहा क्या हो।
पूरी इंडस्ट्री आज शोक में है, पूरी इंडस्ट्री आज आहत है और इसके टैलेंट को लेके या इसके इंसानियत को, इसके नेचर को लेके आज पूरा देश जो इंडस्ट्री से कनेक्टेड नहीं है वो भी इसके डेथ को मौन कर रहे हैं।
You have people within the fraternity now who are pouring their condolences as KK's final journey just begins. His cremation will happen in just about an hour from now. His mortal remains have been brought to the crematorium ground at Versova. Pankaj Upadhyay, who's been tracking those developments, joins us live for more. Pankaj, please give us an understanding on when the cremation is taking place. Where is this crematorium? As we see that bus entering a gate, give us an understanding on the lay of the land right now and the sentiments right outside.
So Nabila, we are right outside the Versova crematorium. Versova is the suburban area of Mumbai, and just around 10 minutes back, the mortal remains of the famous singer KK were brought in, and the final rites are going to be conducted in a few moments from now. The family members, along with very close relatives, have been allowed inside. Large number of fans have also gathered outside this crematorium, and most of the fans that I see here are moist-eyed at this point of time. In fact, you won't believe most of them have started singing as well, and they say because of the melodious music that KK has created over the years, or because of the beautiful music and the singing that he has rendered over the years, he is going to remain in their hearts forever and ever. Even at this point of time, I have many fans here with me. Let's try and have a word with them. KK के लिए आए हैं, आप KK को कैसे याद करते हैं?
जी एक्चुअली देखा जाए तो मैं बचपन से ही उनका फैन रहा हूँ।
अच्छा,
बहुत ज़्यादा फॉलो कर रहा था।
कौन सा ऐसा गाना है जो हमेशा उनका आपको याद रहता है?
तड़प तड़प के इस दिल से।
तड़प तड़प के। आप भी KK के लिए आए हैं यहाँ पे, कैसे याद करते हैं आज KK को?
KK को याद करने की हम बचपन से उन्हें फॉलो करते आ रहे थे।
बचपन से आप फॉलो करते हैं?
बचपन से उनके गाने गाते हुए।
हाँ।
जब KK सर की वजह से हमारी पहचान हो गई थी।
अच्छा।
और हम लोग कॉलेज के स्टूडेंट्स में जब हम गाना गाते थे तब KK को रिमेम्बर करके हम लोग हमेशा गाना गाते थे। KK हमारी इच्छा थी कि KK को मिले हम लोग, और वो इच्छा
कभी मिल पाए?
कभी नहीं मिल पाए, बट ऐसा इंसिडेंट हो गया, वो हमें बहुत दुख हो रहा है उस बात का.
You know, Nabila, it's hot and humid in Mumbai, more than 35 degrees. But in spite of the extreme weather conditions, the fans have gathered outside the crematorium because of the love that they have for singer KK. And as this fan here also says that from the very childhood he's been listening to the songs of KK, but so was his luck that in spite of the best effort he was not able to meet KK. आज वो इस दुनिया में नहीं है, लेकिन गानों के जरिए हमेशा गानों के दिलों में रहेंगे,
हमेशा रहेंगे गानों के जरिए. और हम भी उनकी लेगेसी चलाते रहेंगे गानों की वजह से. हम जो अभी छोटे छोटे आर्टिस्ट हैं, तो हम जब बड़े होंगे तो उनकी लेगेसी हम चलाएंगे. तो हम ऐसा विश्वास रखते हैं कि
मार्क केके ने बॉलीवुड में छोटा है, वो तो कभी मिट नहीं सकता.
कभी नहीं मिट सकता. और जो आने वाली जनरेशन है उनके बारे में हम जब केके के बारे में बताएंगे तो हम गाने के जरिए बताएंगे और उनकी कहानियां बताएंगे जो कैसे उन्होंने सक्सेस किया.
So these are the strong emotions, Nabila, that are coming out from the fans at this point of time. And of course, the reason is that fabulous singer KK made his mark in Bollywood right from the 90s when he had association with Vishal Bharadwaj. I remember the music of Marches. But I'll show you the visual right outside the crematorium once again. My camera person, Mahesh More, even though he's having a very hard time because there are large number of fans that have gathered here, he'll try and pan around a little bit to show you the visuals. You know, fans are not leaving from this place. There are easily around 100 to 200 fans.
And that's our reporter Pankaj there bringing all those developments from right outside the crematorium. Pankaj Upadhyay, who's given us a sense of many of those fans who are right outside, and one can only understand the sentiments because at this point KK has left behind such a huge body of work, all kinds of songs that resonate with different age groups. Many of his songs have become anthems, be it for friendship or for love, or even if for that matter to shake a leg. He sang peppy numbers, he sang party tracks, and of course romantic tracks and emotional tracks were his forte quite naturally. Now KK's final journey that we're capturing on our screens here on India Today, you see the van that's carrying his mortal remains heading towards the crematorium, and of course a lot of the commotion and emotion that we see right outside that crematorium where fans have gathered in large numbers only to bid the final goodbye to KK. KK, in fact, was always known for someone who's so committed to his art and music. He had a squeaky clean image, non-controversial, has always been an all-out family man, very, very focused on his craft, and he gave all that he had to his music, and yet all that success we saw always kept him grounded. Never did he ever come across as a man who was riding high on success in a way that he was arrogant or aggressive. Was a very, very polite, grounded, and a very pleasant person to speak to and deal with. This is as per all the industry insiders who rave about KK as he's gone. Pankaj was right there at that crematorium ground, brings us more. Pankaj, we heard you speaking and interacting with some of those fans. Please get their version. We really want to see what kind of memories they have of KK. If they could probably sing along one of their songs as a tribute today. All right, we're going to try and patch Pankaj there. Remember, there is a lot of commotion right outside, a lot of push and pull, huge crowds that have gathered to take one look. But India Today on this, relentlessly bringing you the first images of KK, the mortal remains that's moved towards the crematorium ground. Let me quickly cut across to Palak Muchal, who's a singer who's worked with KK, knows of his extensive body of work, to give us her word today as we bid goodbye to KK. Very unfortunately, Palak, barely at 53, we've lost KK, and in such a shocking way. It literally has left many of his fans and of course family members torn apart.
absolutely devastating. It's very hard to believe that he's not with us anymore. And I have worked with my first song was Rites. He was my first show singer. He encouraged me immensely. Whenever I would meet him, call him Priya. He would make sure that he would call me on his birthday. He was such a gem of a person. He purposely stayed away from all the limelight, media attention. You would never see him at any party. He was such a giving person that whoever would meet him, be it a musician, or any person, he had so much to give. He had so much to teach them. It's a great loss, which I feel is irreparable.
Right, Palak, you know, if today, if you have to remember KK as we say goodbye to him, we know that his last song that he sang also was Pal, and he started his career also with Pal. But in the middle of that, you know, the kind of work that he's given out to the music industry, he set a benchmark very hard for anyone to match. At this point, his versatility is certainly unmatched.
Body of work.
All right, Palak, I'm going to come to you. I'm cutting across to Abhijit Sawant, who's a singer joining us on the phone line. Abhijit, here is a final goodbye to KK. His mortal remains being brought to the crematorium, and we're still so gutted. It's so unbelievable because we just heard him so recently. We saw him perform with so much exuberance and zeal and vigor, and right after that concert, for him to pass out and the doctors declaring him brought dead leaves us certainly torn apart. It comes as a personal loss to every one of us who know KK so well through his music.
Yeah, it's a great loss for everybody, and especially for us, especially for me even, because when I started my journey, my first song, which actually I got into limelight when I was in India, that was Tadak Tadak Ke. So from that song, actually, everybody started recognizing me. So I was always been very thankful to KK. And even after that song, Sanjay Leela Bhansali also called me home. And I remember when KK made me first time, we were in a lounge. We were flying somewhere, and he came and he started singing Yaro. He addressed me with the song. That was such a beautiful gesture from such a renowned singer and such a popular person. Because I've been in this industry. We used to sing other singers' songs in Indian Idol and that platform. And most of them, they used to take it like a differently. They used to not address it so well. But KK was a very different case. When he met me, he told me that, अरे तुम्हारा तूने तड़प तड़प के बहुत अच्छा गाया यार, इतना अच्छा गाया. So that kind of person he was. My journey also started from Pal. We combined album Pal, and after Indian Idol we did Yaro. So I think almost a second kind of my mind was always been with KK, and it's a very big loss for me also personally.
Abhijit, at this point, what we know of KK was that he not only received a lot of fame and success, but also gave so much back to the industry. He was, on the panel of several reality shows. He's picked several talents. You yourself are one of those. You managed to rise to fame through one of those reality shows at that point. But KK has managed to groom many of them in the fraternity as well, and that not many artists can really. You can't appreciate or give credit to many artists for actually giving so much back to the industry. Would you agree so? Was he always a guide and a mentor to anyone who looked for some kind of counseling from him?
Yeah, and the best part about KK sir was he was never, never somebody like, want to give something or trying to give his suggestion or trying to be, show that, I have knowledge or I am somebody, I am senior most. Now I am telling you this, you should do this, you should do that. There are many singers, many musicians who just wants to, show off or trying to become a bigger somebody, and they just trying to give advices and their guidance path. But here KK was very simple person, and he was such an inspiration for us, especially because we used to discuss about him actually. And being a superstar, he was always living a very simple life, and that was a biggest I would say example for us to idolize, to see that becoming such a great singer. Still, he was not into that limelight, never into this pastry party. He used to live very simple life with his wife and his kids. And that was very inspiring from somebody like him. So he was, not only with his words, but with his gesture also. He was so inspiring for us, which is very rare to see with any big artist.
As we bid goodbye to KK, would you want to sing a song for him as a tribute?
Yes. This was definitely from the same pal which we started our journey. कल याद आएंगे ये पल ये है प्यार के पल चल मेरे संग चल सोचे क्या छोटी सी हो जिंदगी कल मिल जाए तो होगी खुश नसीबी हम रहे या ना रहे याद आएंगे ये पल.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate your words. Really hoping that KK would rest in peace. That's the only prayers that we have, and we hope that the family of KK at this point finds peace after this really tragic episode. We're really hoping and prayers all going out to the family members to hold up at this really emotional situation.